Hey everyone, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the absolutely fascinating psychological reasons behind why getting what we want too fast often leads to total disaster. Welcome. Today we're looking at the psychology of wealth sabotage. Have you ever wondered why some people finally hit the jackpot? Whether that's literally winning the lottery or figuring out a viral business idea, and then they just lose it all just as quickly. It is incredibly common, and the reason isn't necessarily a lack of financial literacy either. It's actually deeply rooted in our biology. So let's break down exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to prevent it.
All right, moving into Section 1, the sudden wealth paradox and the mystery of losing it all.
So, why do we subconsciously destroy the success and money we've literally always dreamed of? It's a baffling paradox, right? People will work tirelessly for a goal, plotting and planning for financial freedom for years, only to completely and irrationally sabotage it once it's finally theirs. You see this all the time. Just think of that classic lottery winner trope. Someone goes from living paycheck to suddenly having incredible wealth overnight. And yet, within 3 short years, they're bankrupt. They are right back where they started, or sometimes they're in even more debt. Well, to understand this, we really have to look past the money itself and look at the mind.
The missing piece to this entire puzzle is our comfort level, or familiarity. Basically, this is the baseline state of self-awareness and skill set that we inherently fall back to when our fame or our money suddenly exceeds our current mindset. The source material really highlights this psychological comfort zone that our minds absolutely crave when external changes happen a bit too rapidly. Think of it kind of like a financial thermostat. If your internal thermostat is set to, say, a modest level of income and a modest lifestyle, and suddenly your bank account skyrockets way beyond that, well, there's a massive mismatch. When your money doesn't match your mindset, your self-awareness, or your skill set, you will inevitably fall back to your level of familiarity just to feel safe again.
Let's jump to Section 2, the value of the struggle and why the daily grind actually protects you.
Now, there is a stark, undeniable contrast between two completely different paths to wealth. Taking the sudden wealth shortcut entirely bypasses all those necessary trials and tribulations. It seeks quick glory, fast cash, but because it skips the really hard parts, it completely lacks resilience. On the flip side, embarking on the grueling journey is fundamentally different. The source material points out that enduring a grueling journey on your way to success actually develops an anti-fragile nature within you. It builds grounded resilience and real emotional tolerance. When you just take the shortcut, you simply haven't built the mental muscles required to carry the incredibly heavy weight of massive success.
Honestly, it boils down to this one simple idea. You keep it when you work for it. Bypassing the hard work completely strips us of the exact defensive mechanisms we need to hold on to our fortunes. If you don't go through the grueling journey, you just do not develop the grounded, level-headed nature needed to navigate a massive, sudden influx of wealth. People naturally want to enjoy the glory quick and fast, but without the strong foundation built by genuinely working for it, well, the structure inevitably collapses.
Which brings us to Section 3. Your brain hates the unfamiliar. This is the evolutionary culprit.
Here's the harsh reality of the situation. Our brain unconsciously rejects or straight-up sabotages anything that is unfamiliar to it. And yes, that includes extremely positive events. This brilliantly illustrates the wild evolutionary twist of this whole phenomenon. Our brain acts like an ancient guard dog that gets spooked by a sudden new mansion just as much as it would by a physical threat out in the wild. To your primal brain, unfamiliar literally just equals dangerous. It doesn't matter if the unfamiliar thing is a winning lottery ticket or sudden viral fame. It's a massive change to your environment, and your brain's default reaction to sudden, unfamiliar change is to perceive it as a threat and try its hardest to return you to safety.
So when this unfamiliarity takes hold, the symptoms are immediate. Because sudden wealth is fundamentally unfamiliar, it triggers deep evolutionary fear. And that fear leads directly to irrational behavior. Whether it's a positive windfall or a negative shock, if we aren't used to it, it introduces extremely stressful uncertainties into our lives. Suddenly having to manage millions and navigate totally new social expectations, that's scary. It causes massive subconscious overwhelm. And the tragic result is the self-sabotage of your new success. The brain basically decides the new fortune is just way too stressful, so you subconsciously start making terrible financial and life decisions to drain the resources and relieve that unfamiliar pressure. Crazy, right?
Okay, let's wrap things up with Section 4, keeping what you earn. Here is the grounded solution.
Fortunately, there are 4 vital steps to navigating this and actually overriding our own evolutionary biology. Step 1 is to commit to ongoing mental, emotional, and spiritual development. This is absolutely essential for remaining level-headed. Step 2 is to advance step by step through different phases of your career and your riches, rather than trying to jump straight to the top. Step 3 requires you to exercise serious self-control so you never, ever let your lifestyle dominate your earnings. Take advantage of good fortune, absolutely, but stay within your means. And finally, step 4, keep your lifestyle grounded so it doesn't become a crushing burden when there's an inevitable dip in your income. By progressing step by step through these phases, you're actively building the level-headed tolerance necessary to handle extravagance without going completely overboard or succumbing to lifestyle inflation. Essentially, you have to actively build the mindset that matches the money.
As we finish up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative thought. Are you genuinely prepared, mentally and emotionally, for the success you are chasing right now? Think about it. If you got everything you wanted tomorrow, your brain might try to destroy it by next week if you haven't built the resilience for it. Embrace the grueling journey, protect your mindset, and build the foundation you need to actually keep what you earn. Thank you so much for diving into this explainer with me, and keep learning.